Hi, I'm Wes Unseld of the Washington Bullets. Let's face it, Vietnam was a time a lot of people will just as soon forget. But in forgetting that time, we've also forgotten the people who served in Vietnam. Join Americans everywhere in remembering these veterans as part of the National Salute to Vietnam-era veterans, May 28th to June 2nd.
The NBA on CBS is sponsored by Alcoa, producer of energy-saving aluminum, and by Gillette, makers of Atra, America's original pivoting head razor.
So congratulations to the Big E, who wins the Chevrolet Most Valuable Player of the Year award. Hot Rod, I know you and I voted for him. Rick, who'd you vote for, yourself?
I voted for Jake O'Donnell.
I thought maybe you wanted to make it unanimous.
Now we'll have to go to Tony Vernon Center.
All right, we're also going to have a player of the game the rest of the way during the championship series, even though the Chevrolet MVP award for each game now is over. But we will choose a player of the game. And Rick, who would you like after the first half out here for Seattle?
Well, I don't know. I just want to know that if we disagree, does Bob Stenner get to break the tie or Tony Verna?
Either our producer or our director will get to do it. We are ready now to start the third period. It is 55-44. The Sonics over the Bullets, and statistically, Hot Rod, that field goal percentage really adding up.
That was the difference, 53% for Seattle, and the Bullets hit only 26%. Elvin went 2 for 13 from the field. CJ hit only 2 of 10, and Sigma was 5 for 5 for Seattle, and Freddie Brown 4 for 4.
John Johnson sends it back to Dennis. DJ, and here's Gus. Hayes with Sickman. Jack to that turnaround. Yanked off again by Unseld. He is keeping the Bullets in the game, as Rick pointed out, with that rebounding. Reeby's shot is off. Sickman goes to Williams. Quickly now to JJ. Dandridge watching, and Dennis goes backdoor behind the back from JJ. The Johnson connection makes it 57-44.
That super pass behind the back, one bounce right on the money.
Henderson looking to get on that scoreboard.
An interesting statistic, Brent. The front line of the Bullets, the starting front line, they did not pick up one personal foul. And with that, that's impossible in a half of basketball that somebody didn't commit a foul out there.
The Bullets shot only 25% in that first half. The Sonics 53.
That's another reason they're behind, because they didn't commit a foul. If you're committing fouls, you're being aggressive.
Shelton was short, and the Bullets get an opportunity with Greavy. Oh, he missed the shot. Bullets can't put anything away. Hayes off now to Henderson underneath. Dandridge maneuvers. Now Bobby Dandridge is 6 of 14. Hayes was 2 of 13. Unseld 4 of 10, but yet he yanked down 9 rebounds. Hayes had 8.
Brent, I can't believe that the Washington Bullets are going to continue to shoot that poorly, and they have to feel, again, stress that very good about the fact that they're only trailing by 11 points. I mean, they could easily be behind by 20 or more.
Shelton sends it back, Rick, over to JJ on the left. Shelton to the screen. John Johnson misses Hayes. Sends it off now to Henderson. Dandridge drops it inside to Unseld. Shelton rebound.
Took that shot a little bit too quick. But should have taken a little more time. I think he may have had himself a basket.
DJ goes over now to John. Looking for the open man underneath. Shot clock goes down to 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In time.
Beautiful shot. Beautiful.
6 out of 7 now from the field. He missed his first shot to start this quarter. Comes right back and hits outside.
Sigma has been marvelous the last 2 games for Lenny Wilkins. Mata now kneeling down. 59-46 as the Sonic lead starts to grow. Hayes low on the left side. Up on Shelton. Dennis Johnson underhands it as he was going out of bounds. Dandridge brings it back down for the Bullets. Cross to Greavy, inside of Williams, Unseld, and loose ball foul, and there will be a timeout.
That'll be on Unseld. He shoved off on the rebound play. You watch Greavy go up to the left side. With the leap and leader shot up, intimidation by Shelton. It comes off, and West climbs the back to get the rebound. It's called for foul.
Sylvia Schulman, the wife of the Sonics owner, broke into the news, and so she's got her own banner. Give 'em hell, Mrs. Schulman. And that refers to how she backed up Lenny Wilkins and the rest of the Sonics after game 1 when she tore into the referees.
And that was Mrs. Wilkins.
Maryland was not involved with Sylvia Schulman after game 1.
But she backs up her husband.
She's got a Johnny Shelton. And Phil Chenier is on the floor. So with 8:46 to go, Chenier gets a shot. Here he is, number 45. Gives it back to Larry Wright. They hand it to Wright. Holds it high. Unseld tried to pick Gus off, and he did in time. He gave Wright just enough breathing room. Good pick. Dennis Johnson over on the left side. Unseld pushing against Sigma. Now Hayes takes him one-on-one. Pushing foul called as Sigma put it on the floor, and Hayes assessed the personal.
Here you see Hayes now on Jack. Got his hands on him down low. Good hands on him again as he makes the move. He calls the foul.
Gus and Sigma. No foul call. Wait, now there's one after the basket by Sigma. Sigma was fouled. I thought he put a saddle on him underneath.
When it's more aggressive, you'll watch the play here. Gus went underneath. Intimidation by Hayes. He missed a shot. And then Sigma came right in to grab the rebound. They called a foul on Hayes, but Sigma, I thought, came over his back on that play as Elvin was inside.
Certainly looked like he climbed up like a ladder.
Oh, he got to the top of Mount Hayes that time.
He used a little bit of stepping stone of Mount Unseld.
Oh, the blonde bomber. So it's 8 minutes, and Jack Sigma makes his first trip to the free throw line in this series. Wright sends it into Unseld. West comes up with another shot, and it's 62-50. It's a 12-point lead by the Sonics at 7:47. Chenier will take Dennis Johnson.
And that's 3 team fouls now on the Bullets. None on the Sonics here in the third quarter.
Shelton is maneuvering inside. Took the pass. Put it on the floor against Hayes. Elvin was right there, and the foul is called.
Well, the big
Shelton
lead
at the line.
had no fouls in the first half. Picks up 2 quick ones here. That's a 4th team foul. 14 action going on there between Unseld and Sigma. Here we see the move. Wright's hand is on him there. Now he gets body contact. Again, he left his feet, even though Shelton initiated the contact.
They forced the move by jumping into him. Rick, a lot of guys do that in the NBA, in particular when they're underneath the basket. Go in, then lean into the guy and force him.
It's called a muscle shot. Muscling in. I have trouble doing that one.
6'8", you're a small forward.
Right.
63-50 at 7:27 in the third.
Small, slow, and old.
DJ with Chenier as Dick Motta tries to find a hot-handed guard. Chenier's first shot misfired over everything. DJ was there. Hayes traveled.
You know, it's always amazed me, Brent, how they can call traveling on you when you never have possession of the basketball. I've always tried to figure that one out.
There it is. Ball loose. He's fighting to pick it up. Now he's got it. He never moved.
That time he did. He took 2 steps once he had the ball back in his hands. Good call.
Elvin Hayes was talking to Sigma as the two came down the floor. A little conversation going on. Elvin is on Shelton. Sigma with the run. Elvin is going out of the Bullets, and the Sonics will take a timeout.
Shelton has looked right over Dennis Johnson and said, good play, don't worry about it. His pass was there, but it got away. Time out.
Tommy Watson holding on and even increasing that lead at the Memorial. We'll be going there at the end of this championship game. Jack Sigma's line. 7 of 8 from the field. 1-on-1 free throw. 15 points, 12 rebounds. And on defense right now, he's lurking in the middle, waiting for Big West. as Hayes came inside. Lonnie Shelton was on him, and the foul was called.
They're just collapsing again. Right here, they come in to help out. Shelton gets called for the foul. Gus dropped back in along with Dennis Johnson. No way that he could even turn inside. There's 3 fouls on Shelton.
Sigma keeps an eye on Unseld. Shot is off, and Shelton had forced Hayes out. Here's Gus. Bullets are back. Gus Bullock. Go back the other way. Bullets.
They need to find somebody with a hot hand like they did in the first game with Larry Wright.
Those guards now are 4 of 26 for the Bullets. Rolling hook by Wes is short. Here's Dennis Johnson. Wants Gus.
Come on, man.
Gus comes through the middle.
Okay, okay.
He had lost it, almost traveled.
That was just great body control. As Gus just lost the ball and gained control of it, still laid it in as he knifed through 2 men.
Carice's point for the Bullets. This is the biggest lead of the game.
Let's look at Gus's last move. Here he comes up the floor, catches the ball, makes a good move in between. Here he loses the ball, still maintains his composure, keeps his control, is able to shoot it on the way down for 2 points. That's just a great athlete right there, being able to do that.
Fortunate the ball got away up in front of him, and he caught it while in the air, which was legal. He never came down with it, and he got the basket.
35-year-old Paul Silas checks in. John Johnson will go out with 5 fouls.
Good point there. 5 big ones and a lot of time left. 5:50 third quarter.
Dandridge's runner misses. Offensive rebound over the Bullets, and Sigma stuck, and so did West. Boy, that Jack Sigma, he is not backing away from Elvin or West underneath. I'm not sure I've ever seen him play as aggressively as he has in this series, and he's got the ball right now. Inside to DJ. Spins on Chenier, and Phil was there. Offensive rebound, Shelton, knocked free by Wright. Now it's Gus Williams, outside from the corner.
Brandon point out about Sigma. He's averaging 16.5 rebounds in this championship series. That's 4 a game more than during the regular season.
Chenier, and Dennis stuffs it. And the foul is called. I thought it was clean all the way. I thought he got the ball in the air.
Dennis Johnson now on defense, isolated. Let's take a look at the play. There he is. He drops in the middle. Sees the pass going out, times himself, goes out after the ball. We can't really see what he did because it was out of the frame.
I got to agree with him. It looked like he went right by him, though. And he had made the block. No body contact. But they called a foul. He was visibly upset.
Foul called inside.
They're not in the penalty. That was a mess up by the officials right here. That's a jump ball.
Jump ball. I thought they were in the penalty when we stopped it.
There was no penalty. That was a live basketball. Everybody stopped play.
Absolutely. 3 teams fouls against Seattle and 4 on Washington. Neither club is in the penalty, so they'll jump it up.
They stop the live ball and go to the jump. Hayes and Sigma, and it goes to Wright. Silas to Williams. Chenier is there, and Gus from the perimeter.
Beautiful shot. All right, let's be honest here. They are 17 in the hole. Now, I have seen this in the previous videos that Seattle made a comeback and won the game. Let me know in the comments. If you already know the outcome, don't say anything. But let me know in the comments, do you think Washington will make a comeback?
Regroup if they expect to get back to this game.
A mile and a half is all that separates Spectacular Bid from the Triple Crown that Affirmed won a year ago. Super Horse, and on June 9th, CBS will be there. Today's attendance, 35,928. The 3rd largest crowd in NBA playoff history. Watching. Whistle away from the ball that time with 4 minutes and 41 seconds to go in period number 3. The Sonics in command by 17, 69 to 52.
That was DJ fouling away from the ball. Back in play to Washington.
Ballard is short. There's that young man. He lost control. Jack Sikma was trying to get the ball over to Gus and lost it out of bounds.
Now let's watch Jack Sikma here. See him go to the boards. You see Shelton right there just killing Elvin. Look at him throwing that left elbow.
That is obvious foul he got away with on that play. I mean, he really was riding Elvin right off the board.
Dandridge. Ballard ran it down. Unseld falls and gets it over to right. From the corner, Dandridge is open.
Oh, I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. First off, a two-way player. People that play offense and defense on the same team, beautiful. And then you sit there and execute on something like this at the end, love it.
Tell you that Big E and Shelton are really going at it. They look like two gladiators trying to survive.
Dandridge now has been switched to guard as Chenier goes out. This is the second time in the series that Mata's made this move. He made it in game 2 in Landover. The problems at guard mount. Williams.
Beautiful.
Dennis Johnson has played it very well in that first time that Dandridge went back to the guard. That's 4 in a row for Gus on that shot.
Dennis perhaps plays Dandridge even better than John Johnson.
I would have to think so, definitely. Take nothing away from JJ, but Dennis is probably the supreme guard defensively in the NBA.
Hayes with 3 for 2.
Shelton's 4th foul as Hayes gets 2 free throws.
And the distraction in the background. It looks like a bonfire rally up there that Hayes is shooting into the midst of. They sit down now. Get ready. They'll start their distraction here soon. They don't like to waste their energy. Here they come.
Here's that big lineup now, Brett. You got Henderson replacing Wright. Henderson and Dandridge at the guard, 6'4" and 6'6". Up front with Unseld, Hayes, and Ballard.
So the Bullets will try to bang back in, if nothing else now. Backdoor.
Oh, love it, love it, love it.
That took a great pass by Gus Williams and a beautiful play that time by Dennis Johnson.
One thing it adds to that Dandridge is playing in an unknown position at a guard, and defensively they set him up.
Williams knocked it free. Dennis with a hand knocked it out of bounds.
Here we see moments ago the great pass by Gus Williams. Dennis Johnson up there to stuff it home.
Bobby cut completely out of the play, way behind his man.
Hayes jumps up on Silas. Unseld offensive rebound. And Hayes over there against Silas.
Let's watch the action underneath the boards. This has been hot and heavy. He'll take a look at it right now. There's the shot by Unseld. Now watch Hayes. There's Silas. He doesn't like him on his back. He gives him a little shove off. This happened about a minute ago. Now watch Silas and Hayes right here. Here you see Paul trying to front him, prevent him from going where he wants to go. Look at all this contact out here. This is supposed to be a non-contact sport.
Since when?
That's what I'd like to know.
Well, Jake O'Donnell simply called the captains together. Wes Unseld and Freddie Brown told him to cool off, and Elvin Hayes is playing out of frustration. He is 2 of 16. No field goals since the first quarter. Total of 9 points and 12 rebounds. DJ comes around, Sikma's screen. Jack rolls inside, and there's Gus again.
Love the athleticism.
Great pass, Rod.
Unbelievable. Boy, he threaded the needle baseball to right under. Gus was there for the layup.
Dandridge. Unseld and Silas battling. Foul call.
And again, Wes Unseld, the man who is responsible on the boards for keeping Washington in this game. Here's the shot again. Here's Wes coming over. He doesn't get screened out again. There he goes with the tip. He gets fouled by Silas in the arms. Brent, I cannot believe that Wes Unseld doesn't have somebody assigned to screening him out just about every time unless a man's coming in for a layup. I mean, you've got to keep that man off the boards. And even then, he'll walk you off the court.
I wouldn't want that assignment.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
After Salas stepped in over the line on the free throw, but he made it, so it counts. The ball's in play. Had he missed it, he would have had another free throw.
It's hard to imagine Seattle playing any better than they have in this game. Their offense and defense. Now that's a bad pass. Ballard was right there.
That's cool.
Henderson goes over to Gregg, who comes up on Wally Walker and is short, and Henderson yanks it down. Throws up a miss. And it goes over.
Brett, I'll tell you right now, they're going to have to start calling a little bit closer underneath the basket because there's a little frustration on the part. Look at the contact underneath there. Look at Paul backing up on E. Men charging into another, bodies colliding. They can easily have a fight out here if they're not careful.
Sigma turns on West and hits the shot.
Beautiful shot. That was difficult, but beautiful.
You won't be the only one. 8 of 9 for young Sigma.
It's a game of matchups.
There aren't any good heavyweights left anywhere. Unseld goes to Henderson. Back to Dandridge. On his runner, he put it up over DJ. 77-62. 135. And as Williams spun, Henderson fouled him.
That will be the penalty situation now. Here's the play right there with the body. Tommy moving up, give him a little bump. Just to go to the foul line.
Phil Chenier, after a brief try at guard, back on Dick Motter's bench.
You got to marvel at the way old Gus, when a shot is missed by the Bullets, he just rolls out of there in a hurry. And everyone who gets the rebound, they look quickly down court. He gets the ball for some man in front of him. He just challenges him one-on-one, and normally will beat him.
Henderson spinning on Sigma with a field goal. And that is his first field goal of the game. Total of 3 points for Tom Henderson. 1:18 left in the third. Dandridge is picked off by Sigma. And Dennis goes inside to Gus.
Well, Gus didn't shoot well in the first half. He's turning it on now. That's 6 points in a row for Gus.
Henderson on the jumper, and 2 field goals in a row for Thomas. Johnson waits.
That was 6 baskets in a row for Gus. Not points, 6 straight hoops.
Inside, deflected out of bounds. Sonics keep it, and here comes Freddie Brown, and Gus Williams gets a round of applause as he goes out.
Freddie Brown, all he did in the first half was make 4 out of 4. No missing. These guards have been sensational.
They're waiting for an airplane. You just saw it in the picture go off the court. That's what the pause was.
DJ does it all. He grabbed the airplane right out of the air.
Snapped it out with that quick hand. That's one of the engineers from Boeing spending his day off here. This on the shot. Hayes got a hand on it out of bounds.
Salas realized it and he let the ball go. Smart play. Knew it would go right back to Seattle.
32 seconds left. Center your screen, third period.
Bullets should be able to get a shot here, even though Seattle's running the shot clock down. They should get another crack if they can get a rebound.
Hey, well, Wes Unseld was doing
Comes out and Dandridge with him. They were double teaming Dennis, and Sigma was alone.
Wes Unseld is just totally manhandling Jack Sigma out here. He's forearming him, putting his hands all over him, and Jack not getting frustrated by it. You have to admire his composure.
DJ is off. Loose. Sigma with 6 seconds missed. Bullets have got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End of the third period. And the Sigma stayed with it. Defensively missed the shot, but he came back out here. He had a little bit more time left than he thought.
Okay, so the third quarter is officially in the books. You see the score: Seattle 81, Washington 66. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Washington will make a comeback, or is this considered a blowout? Also, let me know who was the MVP of the third quarter. Be sure to like, share, watch more videos, and subscribe to the channel.